Kyle Busch's insane move against JGR. For the 2023 NASCAR Cup Series season, Kyle Busch's number 8 Richard Childress Racing team sponsorship is almost sold out. Two-time champion Kyle Busch revealed in September that he would be leaving Joe Gibbs Racing and Toyota to join Richard Childress Racing and reconnect with Chevrolet in what is likely the largest NASCAR Cup Series free agency move in the past 15 years. And so, what did Kyle Busch just do against JGR? Hello NASCAR fam, welcome back to NASCAR Live. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. And let's begin. As both teams try to recover their former glory, Kyle Busch's switch to Richard Childress Racing will be a major plot point this season. As soon as the first domino set in motion, silly season often rolls along quickly. The biggest uncertainty of the upcoming season was Kyle Busch's future, a two-time Cup champion, and this led to a significantly slower pace of events. As the two are prepared to leave the past in the past, Kyle's transfer to Richard Childress Racing will undoubtedly be the most closely observed new combination this season. Although there was previously physical violence between Busch and team owner Richard Childress, the two have reconciled and now seem to be on the same page. That is, as a result of their intense competitiveness. It's unknown if they'll be able to accomplish that goal jointly. Possibly, Kyle's worst Cup season in his 20-year career came last year. He only had one victory, which occurred in the last circuits of the Bristol Dirt Race when two cars that were racing for the lead crashed. His 8 top 5 finishes were the fewest of his career, and for the second consecutive year, he was unable to start from the pole position. He raced well, but at the worst possible moment in the race, something would always sneak up on him and bite him. His contract problem, which had an impact on the Truck Series team he controls at Kyle Busch Motorsports, may have been a significant factor in his difficult season. It is comprehensible that if it were the case, given the large number of individuals who rely on him for their well-being. Now that everything's been worked out, Kyle is ready to take this season by storm with RCR as he takes over the number 8 Chevrolet. The 37-year-old is to resume his winning ways as he embarks on a new chapter. He definitely understands how to do that with 60 Cup victories in his career. It can take some time for him and the team to click and provide the outcomes they were hoping for with all the changes going on. Working out some of the kinks in the Busch Light Clash of the Coliseum is the first item on the schedule. The exhibition race scheduled for next month will serve as the season's unofficial start before Speed Weeks at Daytona ramps up. There, the pressure will immediately start to build. The only thing Kyle has failed to win in his career is the Daytona 500. He has made 35 career starts on the 2.5-mile track, but only one Cup triumph, which came in the Coca-Cola Zero 400 15 years ago. He's gotten close on a few occasions in the 500, finishing second in 2019, third in 2016, fourth in 2008, but his Great American Race average finishing place is 20.2. It is uncannily reminiscent of the adversity RCR driver Dale Earnhardt had before finally taking home the big victory in 1998. On the other hand, M&M's, a longtime principal sponsor of Busch's number 18 Joe Gibbs Racing team, announced their departure after the 2022 season. Busch even said he didn't see himself competing elsewhere if a new contract wasn't finalized at that moment, which showed that a new contract with Busch was still considered a matter of when, not if. However, it appeared like change was in the cards as time went on. It appeared as though Joe Gibbs Racing and Busch would really be splitting up after it was previously considered as a promising sponsorship arrangement fell through. Busch will be replaced by reigning Xfinity Series winner Ty Gibbs, Joe Gibbs' grandson, who will drive the number 54 Toyota. Joe Gibbs Racing won't race the number 18 Toyota in 2023, marking the first time since they debuted in the Cup Series in 1992. Busch's future was being decided, but Joe Gibbs Racing and Toyota said they were doing everything they could to keep the 37-year-old native of Las Vegas, Nevada, in control of the number 18 Toyota for a 16th season. But Kyle Busch seemed to suggest that Joe Gibbs Racing had already decided to go a different path for the 2023 Cup Series season. However, in light of recent developments regarding Busch, one is forced to question the reasoning behind Joe Gibbs Racing's decision not to renew his contract and whether the absence of M&Ms was the underlying reason for the decision. Busch's number 8 Chevrolet's primary sponsorship is now nearly sold out for the upcoming 36 race season thanks to a recent agreement between NetSpend and Richard Childress Racing. With that agreement, Busch's number 8 Chevrolet will have NetSpend as its primary sponsor in a few races during the 2023 season. Additional businesses have already agreed to sponsor Busch's entry for the duration of the season, including 3CHI, Cheddar's, Alsco, BetMGM, and Lenovo. Like Richard Childress Racing, Joe Gibbs Racing might not have been as eager to get numerous key sponsors to cover the entire season. The need for extra sponsorship for the number 54 team is limited, if not non-existent at all, as Gibbs is expected to have Monster Energy as his principal sponsor when he switches to the Cup Series, and they are expected to sponsor him in a strong capacity. However, would Joe Gibbs Racing really pass up a 2-time champion for a 20-year-old just for this reason, especially after stating clearly that they wanted Gibbs to compete in the Xfinity Series for 2 full seasons first, and given that 2 of their other 3 drivers are 42 years old and probably nearing the end of their careers? Meanwhile, this week, Kyle Busch and Tyler Reddick, 2 of the season's major plot points, started playing for their new teams. On Monday and Tuesday at Circuit of the Americas, Busch, Reddick, and Austin Cindric took part in a tire test. Busch completed his first official laps with his Richard Childress Racing squad during the practice. Reddick also made his debut laps with his 2311 Racing squad. Busch was happy with the practice at the 3.41-mile road circuit in Austin, Texas, where he believed he completed 200 laps over the course of the 2 days. He told NBC Sports that he had a lot of fun.
It's like being at new school. You just go out there and kind of meet some of your new classmates and, get through our day-to-day of working together and things like that, and having the opportunity to just get to work with one another first and foremost, and then obviously too just kind of work on the car and seeing what my communication skills are like and how they can kind of take all of what I say and make the car go faster.
Reddick claimed that the practice helped him settle into the number 45 Toyota. Toyota, which is attempting to enhance its performance on road courses, also found the training to be beneficial. Last year, Reddick took first place at both Road America and the Indianapolis road course, and he could offer Toyota important insight. The manufacturer had trouble in the first 5 road courses of the previous season, failing twice to have a driver placed in the top 12. Toyota and Christopher Bell won the playoff race in Charlotte Roval, the season's final road course competition. Reddick told NBC Sports that one of the season's objectives was to try and close the gap Toyota thinks they've had on the Chevys and some of the other rivals last year on the road courses. Also, in January, there will be more testing. On Tuesday and Wednesday, Phoenix Raceway will host a significant organizational test. The following drivers are set to test their vehicles: Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Brad Keselowski, Christopher Bell, Joey Logano, and Ross Chastain. The governing body will be looking at a number of things, including modifications that could help the racing at short tracks, according to Elton Sawyer, who was just elevated to Senior Vice President of Competition for NASCAR. This year's 24 Hours of Le Mans will include a specially modified version of the Camaro, which will bring NASCAR back to the race for the first time in almost 50 years. In collaboration with Chevrolet, Goodyear, and NASCAR, Hendrick Motorsports is getting the vehicle ready. The Garage 56 vehicle, according to Graves, has started to pick up some of the lessons they're learning. On the underbody, they made various changes. NASCAR is trying to make short tracks in particular a little bit better, and we're trying to be less dependent on the outside body with aero and get more of it with the underbody, with the assumption that it's going to be less affected by traffic, said one engineer. And that ends today's episode. We sincerely hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see even more of our incredible videos.